Good morning YouTube, there we go. The next FSD trip to my son. I forgot one thing. Destination. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Second start. We go to Flobbeck. Okay, a bicycle just passed and the car was careful. There we go. The settings, the speed settings are 10% over maximum speed indicated. So the speed of this road is 70, which is too fast because it's a one lane. And it is a problem when you have to pass each other, the opposed cars, or our car has to move to the side. But remember, there are ditches on each side of the road with water, and you can't see them because it's covered with grass. Very tricky. I hope my camera is better now, because I used to put it in the middle of the car and then the rear view mirror was on its way and I got complaints from some of you. Now I put it left of my head on the roof. Okay, now we turn into an even narrower field road. And I wonder what's going to happen when it sees another car in the opposite direction. We will soon find out. By the way, I have changed my channel to a new name. It used to be Philip waiting for FSD in Europe, but now that we got it even in Belgium, I changed my name on X and on YouTube to FSD Belgium Daily. That doesn't mean that I will send videos out daily, but FSD became my daily driver, my taxi chauffeur. We are lucky, no cars yet in our direction. And we are almost joining a bigger road. Now we have to turn in a one-way direction around the church of the next village. Okay, the car knows. We are not supposed to go straight forward, but we have to turn around the church. And here is a bigger road. You have to be very careful here because they fly. And I can see that there is a bicycle race coming through this road today. There are people already watching. You can see in their uniform, in their Okay, we have to take left here. The door of the car is open and the visualization shows clearly that the door was open. So the car is very careful. Here it's a 50 km/h speed limit. we are going to cross the border between Flanders and Wallonia, which means that the maximum speed will change from 70 km per hour in Flanders to 90 km per hour on country roads in Wallonia. In my opinion, that's far too much. You can see it's 70 here. Hands on the steering. Welcome to FSD in Belgium. Have you seen that bird, the dove? It was flying just in front of the car. The car did not panic. Now it accelerates. There are two cyclists in front of us. Let's see how the car handled it. Oh, there is another one. Okay. Okay, we are going to follow the cyclist probably until there is a good chance to take over. Okay, we are accelerating safely, giving full distance to the cyclists. Fantastic. Very nicely handled. Another cyclist. It's Sunday today, so lots of people in Belgium are cycling. Okay, this one is going to cross to the left, but decided to stop. And we passed it. The car did not panic. And now we are still in Flanders, but soon we will be in the French-speaking Wallonia. Speed should change automatically to 90 kilometers per hour. And you can see that these roads are actually much too populated and narrow for that speed. So Flanders decided to reduce it to 70. Many people protested, but today it's common sense. Enjoy the Belgian scenery. Well handled, giving full clearance to eventual opposite cars. This is again a very narrow road, difficult to pass each other. Let's see how quickly FSD sees opposite cars. I hope I don't have to intervene. Now we can see a cyclist is coming uphill. Oh no, it's not a cyclist, it's a runner. You will see it will take the maximum distance, I suppose, to the right, to the runner. Yeah, it has seen it, and it gives ample distance. It keeps a speed of 50 kilometers per hour, that's what I do here. And it's still 70, but it should change to 90 now. We are in the French-speaking part. 90, you see? So from here, it is a load, to accelerate to 90, and I set it 10% more so it can accelerate to 100 kilometers per hour on this narrow street. If you want, you can still reduce the speed by turning the scroll wheel down. You can go to any speed you want below what you set. It works very well. We are 200 meters from my son's house, and it will probably stop just in front of his door. There is my son's house. Okay. What will it do? We are there. Alertness of the driver. Hi. There we are. Thank you for watching. Okay, next test. Start FSD again. Okay, there we go. We are going back home. Through another road, narrow country road. We are in Wallonia, so the speed here is 90 a load. Much too high. The speed here is now 50. And now it's 90 again. Can you imagine? Racing with 90 kilometers per hour through these streets. And with my 10% up, it's 99 kilometers per hour. But the car is very careful. It's driving only 35 kilometers per hour. Common sense. Now this is a very narrow road. I was not aware this road exists. Extremely tight. This is the hilly area in Flanders. It's called the Flemish Ardennes. You know the Ardennes maybe in Wallonia. But this area is very hilly and it's between Ghent and Brussels. this was a perfect, safe direction change. Okay, now I see where we are. Yes, okay. So magic that you don't need to look at the map anymore, because the car is just deciding the best route and it works. Speed restricted to 50 again. The car from the other side has seen us. It's waiting to be safe. Great. Means we are again in the French speaking part. Wallonia, maximum speed 90 on country roads. We're going back to Flanders, so it will change again to 70. You see, now we are crossing the border again, 70. No speed indication. Now we are coming to a bigger road. km/h, which is not correct because it's 70, I know, but it has not seen any panels. Okay, it's keeping it on the safe side. I can increase the maximum speed, but you see the car is not really reacting. Okay, we need to go to the right, I believe. And that car has to stop and wait for us. We are turning, okay, a little bit too far to the left. And we are following a cyclist. And on this street also 70 is allowed, but it indicates 50. Biker is thanking me to slow down. FSD should have a hand that raises when people thank you. Now we are arriving at my home, and I'm really curious to see if it will go up our private entrance or whether it will stop or pass. Exciting. We are coming from the easy side. The angle is bigger than 90 degrees, so it should not be too difficult. But from the other side it never worked till now. It's too tight. Okay, it should do it, and it does it. That is perfect. Now I'm wondering where it will park. Will it park at my charger? The gate is closed. Will it see it? It saw it and gives up. No, it does not give up. It goes up to the gate to see if the gate will open automatically. It doesn't. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Okay, next trip. Sunday today we are going out to the nearest big city, which is Ghent. And we are about 34 kilometers from the suburbs of Ghent, where we are going to park in a park and ride parking. So let's see how it will find a parking space there. In between, I will accelerate the video speed in the boring parts. Okay? Let's see how it can leave our home backwards. It prefers to turn. The gate is closed still. Not so easy because it's tight. Okay, it prefers to do a lot of maneuvering. Okay, it will take a while. Interesting. It's a bit scared, but there are flowers around. We will get there. Or will it give up? Maybe. No, it's going in the wrong direction again. What is it going to do? Yeah, now it will go a bit more. It is really losing its time here, but I will let it work out. Okay, high alertness, fine. I will turn it manually and I will show it how to do it. Normally I get out backwards. It's easy to do, but FSD doesn't yet know how to do that. So let's start from parking, go. Okay, turning left here is easy, turning right, it cannot do it. Or can it? Oh, that's the first time that it works. Can you believe that it learned it? So it first took a turn to the left. I thought it was going to turn on, but it increased the possibility to turn the tight corner. Pedestrians, children, and it's a tight street. I will give it a little throttle to give it some confidence. There we go. Stop giving throttle. Okay. Okay, the kid is standing in the way.
Ja.
There we go. To Ghent through the country roads. Zegt dat niet genoeg? Mocht kijken, hè?
Nee, dat is goed.
Okay. If you stare too long to your screen, you will get the blue warning. And by the way, I have already 2 strikes, one from me and one from my son. I can explain how this happened. The first strike that I got was because I was driving on a secure road 30 kilometers per hour. I lifted my arms and I put my hands behind my head. And FSD told it was a sign of going to sleep, so I got a strike immediately. So that was a lesson. It's very careful, and any sign that you are getting tired triggers FSD to stop. The next strike happened when my son was driving, was behind the steering wheel, not driving, but FSD was driving. And at the crossroads, while the car was looking to oncoming cars, my son looked back and spoke to his wife, and he got a strike immediately. Without a warning, stop. So FSD switched off, and that was the second strike. So I must be careful not to get 3 extra strikes, otherwise I will be banned for, I suppose, 1 week. And I don't want that. The cyclist race is passing here. So everybody standing on this road now is watching the cyclist race, cycling race, who is going to pass here a few times. So we can be stopped anytime to free the road. Let's see how FSD works. Die baan, maar dat we ons afvragen dat het 50 is. Hè.
Ja, maar voor deze kant is er geen probleem, hè?
Nee?
Het is de andere kant. Hier is duidelijk.
Ja,
Hier is duidelijk 70.
het is 50.
Ja, hier nog. Je gaat zien, je gaat dat bord krijgen. Kijk.
Ja, ja. Einde. We bouwen de kom. This white board here is saying finished village. So now it's changing to 70, which is perfect. It recognizes our Belgian exceptional signage, and it accelerates to 70, which is fine. This road is okay, but in the opposite direction we are always hesitating what is the allowed speed, because it's not so clear. I have always discussions with my wife about it. And in Belgium it happens that the speed is different in the two directions. Tussen haakjes Sebastien van onze bekleving van de voorkant, waar ik ook veel in contact mee ben in verband met Tesla, heeft hem ook een Model Y gekocht en had geen FSD bijgekocht. Ik heb hem dat filmpje gestuurd en hij zegt, kan ik dat bestellen? Hij heeft dat besteld, onmiddellijk kunnen downloaden en hij is al aan het rijden. Dus hoe simpel dat gaat, hè? Bij Renault ben ik zeker dat je ervoor moet naar de garage gaan, hè? Als ze dat ooit gaan krijgen, hè?
Tuurlijk, het gaat overal komen, hè, maar dan mogen
daar geloof ik wat je zegt, dat nog zeker 10 jaar zal duren. Dat is een feit. Als ik zie hoe dat ze werken.
Nee, daar ben ik dan omgekeerd.
Allee, dat is goed.
Dat ze rapper gaan worden dan dat je denkt.
Ik hoop het voor
Ik
u.
weet niet op welke manier, maar dat gaan ze niet kunnen
Ik
permitteren.
hoop het voor u.
Voor mij.
Geely heeft in elk geval geen systeem. Maar dat ze mee samenwerken. Hier iets eten, hè?
Dat optreden is om 8 uur, schat.
Ja, maar als we het gedaan hebben, hè? Nee? Ah, we gaan ervoor eten.
Dat optreden duurt misschien tot 10,5 uur.
How perfectly handled. Exact timing between the cars. Roundabout, perfectly handled between cars, selecting the right gap, adapting its speed. How beautiful.
Zeg.
If you look on the screen, this is my average consumption of electrons, and we are now, since my charging, at 126 watt hours per kilometer. 126. That's 25% more than what they promise for the cybercap. Cybercap is estimated at 100 watt-hours per kilometer. And on the long distance, my car has an average winter summer during almost 3 years 135. I think that shows that I'm not a fast driver. I'm a careful grandfather. Oh, ha, ha. Speed camera 50, my exact speed. If some of you are driving BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, Porsches, Volkswagen, please let me know below in the comments how much is your average consumption over a few years. I'm very interested. As far as I heard, it's around 200. Try to explain or try to prove the opposite. I would be very happy, but I'm curious. Okay, coming up a change of direction, we must go right, and then it's a very nice long road, winding road through the country. This is a very safe road, usually. But cars cannot pass me. This is 50 kilometers per hour. Overtaking is not allowed here because of the roadworks. And I wonder if he's going to change to 70 after the roadworks. Yes, there is a speed indication 70 here, but it's monitored by a camera. It stays on 50, which is not correct. So you can see it's now averaging 53. It's increasing because the speed goes up, but it's still indicating 50. He knows, but the indication is not correct. We are just staying below the maximum speed measured over a distance of 10 kilometers. We should not go over 70, but still it keeps blinking the 50. Not correct, but in reality there's no problem. It's adapting its speed dynamically. I will give it a little bit of throttle to go to 70. It will go down to 62. Turn up the volume. No, doesn't work. So here's a little anomaly. The speed sign says 70. Below that, yeah, now it's going to 70 also, but it was 60. Very strange. It's thinking and it's changing its mind now and then. Very dynamically. So you can see that the AI models are fighting. Who knows best? But I still feel safe because we never exceeded the maximum speed, that's fine. and the average now is 69, and we should not exceed 70. Fine. And it's 3 kilometers more that the radar will check our average. I don't know if this exists in many other countries, but we call that track control, and it goes over a certain distance, and the camera takes a picture at the start and at the end, and then the average speed is calculated, and if you exceed the maximum, which is 70, you get a fine in your post box. Cyclists again, but okay, they are separated from the cars. There's a little boy. Die buitjes hebben allemaal nog kleren aan. So today it's Sunday. We are going to the city center of Ghent, going out. We almost never go by car to the city center. We have to pay more expensive parking. Usually we park at the suburb of Ghent and we take the tram. The tram takes us in 10 minutes to the center, and it's the same price as half an hour parking. So that gives us the flexibility to come back from any point in Ghent and take the tram again to the parking space. And that parking is free of charge. Now the limit, again, you see the white panel, 50. Has it seen it? Yes, it has seen it. It's really much more attentive and capable than autopilot. I'm not surprised anymore, but I'm still careful and attentive. Dat is Pascal zeker.
Het is zondag.
Ik weet het, maar moesten zijn nooit geen zondagdienst.
School.
Here is a train track, 30 kilometers per hour. Will it see it? Yes, it was on the road as well as on the signboard. It still keeps indication of 50, but it doesn't exceed 33.
Jawel. Is dat op 39?
What?
Ja, maar je maar 30 doen. Het is zone 30.
Yeah. Okay, my wife is saying that I should reduce my speed. Okay. It does not respect it exactly. 40 is not a big problem, but there are no schools today. It's Sunday. So I wonder if it takes the calendar into account. But in Belgium, 30 is 30, even if there is no school working.
Dan wordt de 30 gedaan, moeten we al gepasseerd zijn.
Yeah, it's not a exact science.
Ja, is het 50.
50 again, so I can go up again.
Ah, denk ik.
30, okay, that's the end of the 30 zone. 50 again, but I changed with the scroll wheel. 70. You see how many speed changes we have in Belgium. And it's very mixed. Sometimes it's indicated, sometimes it's implied, but not clear. And that was one of the discussions with the Flemish authorities, whether Tesla would be able to respect and follow that. During the tests, it was concluded that it works, not 100%, but enough. We have to turn on a more busy street, a national road, a cycling path first in red. It's careful, it does not go on the cycling path, but it looks and goes. Nice. It's a master class in driving. I think most of us are less careful than FSD. A farmer coming towards us. They are sometimes using very large machines which are exceeding one lane width. Fortunately, we did not meet anyone today, but in this area it's always possible. Okay, again the white panel, 50. Magic, it has seen it. We are driving 53, 55 is the maximum because I allowed 10% overspeed, which is fine. Many people are exceeding more than that while driving. Speed bump, slows down to 35 and accelerates again.
En we hebben goed gekeken, want lang leven Willem. Er zijn 2 optredens, 1 om 3 uur en 1 om 8 uur.
Daar heb je geen idee van, hè?
Ja, maar...
Jij moet dat zien, hè?
Zien?
Ah, jij moet dat zien, hè?
Waar vindt ze?
Ik weet niet, kijk een keer naar onze wallet.
Ik ben heel zweet.
Ja? Zeg dat ik moet gaan schrijven. Ik weet niet als ik nog wat ga doen.
En de wallet stond er niet.
Ik moet in de mail zoeken, hè. Je hebt zelfs geen tickets gehouden of wat?
Maar je hebt gezen gedaan.
Rustig. So here is the end of agglomeration, as they call it, the village. So it should go to 70 now. The other cars are passing us, they are impatient. Okay, let them go. this is again 30, but it did not recognize it. Now the end of 30 kilometers per hour, 50 again. And I see the white panel with black stripe ending 50 kilometers per hour. It should change to 70. Did not see it. Obviously, that is something that needs to be trained on.
Als er één rode rond is, doet hem dat niet.
So obviously the FSD system does not know this panel. And that's an edge case for Belgium which needs to be trained on. The strange thing is that it is slowly increasing the maximum speed dynamically to adapt to what other people do. So now it's back to 55. For me it's fine, but I think many of the young people will moan that the car is too slow. We are never in a hurry anymore, but for somebody who is working, it can be a different feeling. Fifty, 50. Not correct. 70 is normal.
Oh.
Have you seen the motorcycle? It gave the impression that it was coming towards us, so the car was, yeah, acting suddenly, but acceptable. Now it recognizes 70.
Stond er niks, hè? Stond niks.
I don't care. You never know how the map data may indicate it. It's still a mystery. Which data is it using? Camera? Map data? Judgment? Komen ze hier.
Als je ziet over je telefoon.
Nee. Waarom?
Als je deze naam gaat filmen, je telefoon gaat dan aan plaats zijn.
Ja, dat kan. Ik heb mijn batterij zitten, ja. Maar ik weet has seen the cyclists. I didn't see them, but FSD saw them. My wife has seen it, of course. She's so good. Bricks. $50. Traffic lights, the first since a long time. And it can see them from far away. Very smooth, very comfortable stopping. And there's a chicken truck. There it goes, following the chickens. $30. Dat is Middelbeek. Kunnen wij een bolletje geven? Is het moeilijk? Is het moeilijk? At the roundabout we go left. That's also something different between Holland and Belgium. The rules are changing at our roundabouts. In Holland they usually have turbo roundabouts, which are selecting the direction on the roundabout and before the roundabout. In Belgium it's more traditional, but not with very fixed rules. Nice. Takes the separate right lane. And now the white panel with the village name is coming up again. This is typical Belgium. The white board means you can go from 50 to 70, but just below that is a sign saying 50. So it looks like the car is clever enough to conclude, okay, the main panel is below. and that is repeated here, but it's not even for normal drivers, not always very clear, sometimes confusing. What is the speed now? And the truck is accelerating to 70. Obviously he doesn't care. And the car behind me is pushing because he thinks that must be an old man, and he's right. I know the speed limit is 50, but everybody wants to drive 70 because there is no houses. It's not logical, but that's how it is in Belgium. Sometimes it's a contradiction. Between the houses you can sometimes drive 70 or 90 depending on the area, and sometimes 50 on a place where there is actually no need. It will take the left lane, and the truck is in the lane. Okay, there we go. And we are now on the tram tracks. That's the tram we will take in a few minutes. It goes to its terminal where the parking is. So Ghent City is behind us. And there is the tram already, it's ready to go. I think we will miss this one. We'll have to take a next. And T3 is going to Moscow. But Moscow in Belgium. Normally you cannot park here, it's not allowed, but everybody is waiting and standing here. Even the car in front of us is taking an illegal parking. Let's hope that there is space on the legal parking. It looks like, but it's a little bit more walking, and that's very difficult. Many people are so lazy that they don't want to walk 50 meters extra, and they prefer to park illegally. Look at this parking, it's empty. That's the official one. Which one is it going to choose? Okay, fantastic. Okay, it's close, but no real cigar. I will go back a little bit. No, that's the difficult to turn. I will go back and put myself between the cobblestones indicating this parking, because it's not the white lining. These are cobblestones in a pattern. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.